Cockatoo. There we go.
There we are.
We are live.
Oh, yeah. Speak for yourself. I don't feel like I'm alive. And welcome to Chloe's Sanctuary and Don's deep voice today. And here we are, folks. Yeah, I could probably, I was mentioning to the crew that I could probably do the Robert Shaw part in Jaws, you know. And here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Yeah. That's the only scary part of that movie.
Yeah, it's very gravelly.
Yeah, when Robert Shaw talks about being in the water after delivering the bomb, that's the only scary part of the movie for me. But then there's Lorelai, and she's scary if you like to have your clothes, because Lorelai will eat your clothes.
What are you eating today, Lorelai? It's just too cute.
Mander, what are you doing over there? Mander, what you doing? Mander bird. He doesn't recognize my voice either. Mander. Kamikaze.
Spirit Matter is here and Erin is here. So hello to both of you guys. Nice to see you.
Hello, folks. Here I am with the deep voice, you know.
I hope Bob doesn't have another funny turn like when you shaved off your beard.
I don't know how he'll react to this voice. I don't know how I react to it. I think he'll be okay with the voice, but as long as I remember to put the earpieces in, you know, here's talking. He's not overly thrilled about that. Kamikaze, what are you doing down there? Someone's throwing things.
Kamikaze. That's right.
Kamikaze.
It's a good name for you, kid.
I think they likes it.
She's Creeper-Cause and Kamikaze and Michelle Thompson is here. So hello, Michelle.
Hello. Might as well use my deep voice while I've got it. Man. Tried to come out here. What was it? Monday, and it was probably 55 degrees Fahrenheit, but there was a wind chill factor of about 12 degrees. We made it for about 20 minutes, and then we went back inside because it was so cold. Even Sugar was climbing towards the door. Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, when Sugar wants to go in, it's too much.
Yeah. So next time you just take Sugar for 2 minutes out and then let her decide to go in again. Oh, I love when she does the row work over to get her beak package. Huh, Sugar? Sweetie?
No, not the stuff in my pocket. Dipstick, you little dipstick girl. You're a little dipstick girl. Hi, Shug.
Well, Michelle's asking, how's your cold, Don?
Well, the cough could be worse. I usually get bronchitis. I haven't got that yet. And my mother would say, knock on my head because there's no wood around here. But
oh well, I'll knock on mine.
It's it could be better, could be worse. I'm getting the job done. Still keeping their cages clean, still making them breakfast. I got to cook their week's worth of mash today. It's the base. I have other things I add to it, but I make the base once a week. So what, Mander?
GTH42 is here and says, hi, Cockatoo. Hi, Cockatoo.
Kamikaze, I think he's talking to you.
Hi, Cockatoo. And Falcon Sue is here as well. So hello, Falcon Sue.
Hello, Falcon Sue. Yeah, I've been using a lot of the repair items on Bob's cage, so thanks, GTH. That's it's been helpful. He hates being in that small cage, and I hate having him in there. He's got a big cage, you just can't get into it. With any luck, I've been signing papers like crazy. So the last one I signed was a full-on filled out loan application showing the amount you pay per month and all that. There's 3 different lenders that are involved in this, and we don't know which one's going to take it, if any. So, but the one I just signed looks like it's just about ready to go. So we'll see. Maybe they want another bank statement, which is weird. Another paycheck. They've already got bank statements and paychecks, but they just want another one. So,
Well, let's hope one of them bites.
yep,
We only need one.
that's right. We don't need more than one. I'm not paying 2 mortgages, I don't think.
Like on the Maury show, they say it only takes one time.
We'll definitely know by the 9th, because that's when escrow closes. So if there isn't funding by then, it drops out of escrow and you got to start over. So
Oh, GTH 42 is happy to send more wire if you need.
well, so far we're okay. Thank you. And thanks for the tip. My realtor agreed with you. We had somebody else go in and check the properties, and that was like $400 well spent. So because the contractor that owns the building, there are people who buy buildings. They buy homes or build whatever kind of building, and they fix it up, and they make a big profit. That's what they're doing here. So they're going to go in and fix almost everything we had on the list. I think there's only 2 little items they're not going to do. So, and all that's in process because the lady who runs the rescue there drove by and saw people in there working. So fixing things. So, well, when a contractor owns the property, then you know it's easy for them to get something fixed because the general contractor's got everybody in his pocket, electricians and plumbers and everybody, roofers, and so getting it fixed is no big deal.
Yeah,
And
much better than having a letting agent.
Yeah, and the the property's been assessed, and it came in at 260,000, which is good. You want it to come over, it's slightly over the amount, but not a whole bunch over the amount that you're paying for it. So it came in just about right. So that's
Oh, look at that chick.
17 pages worth of stuff to look at on that one too, which is fun.
Ew.
We had to pay for that. There's a lot of different things that I've had to pay for again. So if it doesn't come through, it still has to be paid. But we're going by the book and checking everything. So
Yeah, it's an expensive business moving house.
I think the assessment was $750. Which the realtor there is great. She's just adding this all up. I'll give her that money. So they're pretty trusting out there. California, I don't think you'd find but too many people who would do that. But put their own money on the line.
Yeah. I don't know how it compares in the US, Don, but over here, last time my mum and dad moved house, my mum calculated that she thinks it costs about 10 grand to move house.
Yeah, I don't know. I think if I estimate the cost so far about 2 grand, it's probably going to be about that for closing costs, and then the actual moving is going to be nuts because I got to rent a big truck, 21 footer if I can get it. I think I can get everything on a 21 footer. It wasn't for cages. I could do it with a smaller truck, of course, but I don't want to go too high over it. I got to throw a whole bunch of cargo nets over everything. But I know how to tie a trucker's knot. In the Navy, they call them a bowline. So You can, if you double up on a trucker's nut, you can snap a 3/8 inch rope, and we're talking polypropylene rope. You can snap the thing. That's how tight they come down. So basically, you're using a rope to make a pulley.
I think a bowline knot is what Rick uses to tie up his horses over on Think Like a Horse.
Yeah, bowline kits, that is nothing more secure than a bowline. But what's funny is you tie them off down at the hooks on the bottom of the truck with a half hitch. You know, like you use like 3 half hitches to tie it up. And a half hitch is nothing. It's just, you know, you're basically just twist the rope around, pull, twist the rope around, pull, twist the rope around, pull. That's it. And that keeps that big old pulley knot, the bowline, keeps it tight.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more knots, but at the moment I can just about manage to tie my shoelaces in the morning.
Well, I learned mine in the Navy, so.
That makes sense. Actually, funnily enough, in Dundee, there's this old sailing ship that you can go on.
No. You stop. Kamikaze. No.
Cozy.
You're not going to sit on my lap. That doesn't happen. Not anymore. Up here. You behave. You behave, or I'll take you inside. You behave.
Cozy's been a bad girl.
No. Even look at her.
Yeah, anyway, so in Dundee, there's this old ship that you can go on. It's like left over from the golden age of sail or whatever. And one of the activities you can do is it gives you a load of ropes and teaches you how to tie knots. So you can practice your knot tying. And there's also a Cato Ninetails, which is what they used to flog the sailors when they misbehaved. So you and the family can all have fun flogging one another on your day out.
That sounds like fun.
It was pretty cool, actually. Like genuinely, not just the flogging part, but the whole going around the old ship and everything. It was a pretty fun day out. Oh, and Lisa's here. Say hello, Lisa.
Hello. Use the deep voice while I've got it. Hello. Laurel, I'm going to get seasick.
Lola is running and running and running.
Yeah, she's not happy with Cos trying to go after her. And you're going to stop this behavior. I'm going to get the bucket and put you in it.
But she always was good at in rope running.
Oh, yeah. It's easy for you to say. Hi, Jazz. What's up, Jazz? Hello, Jazz. So we probably, well, I don't think we'll know about the house until the 5th. Now, my guess is the 5th of next month. Because by then I should have the statements from the bank and my next paycheck. So
Yeah, Falkensu writes in chat, I assume you will be able to move directly into the house after escrow closes and loan is approved.
there's nobody living in it. So yes.
Yeah, you just have to pack up your stuff and go.
Oh, that's easier said than done. But,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to pack up all of this lot.
tear this thing down, this thing alone. If I had to do it myself, it'd take all day. With one other person, about 5 hours. 3 people, about 2 hours. So Shore Sanctuary said they would help, but it depends whether they've got somebody to actually do it at that time, because we're going to have to pack up and go as fast as we can. So I got boxes coming today. I'm gonna start. I have other boxes from the last move out there too. I'm gonna start boxing things up today because we got to be out by the end of next month anyway. So no matter what happens.
Yeah, if there's stuff you're not gonna need again for a while, then box it up now so it's done.
You behave, Cosmo. Kamikaze Cosmo.
It's the quasi-copter.
Mm.
Oh, there's a question from GTH42. He says, could a bundle of knots work as a cockatoo toy? You could put a pine nut inside the knot.
Yeah, sure. They could.
I would think they wouldn't get their beaks caught inside a bundle of ropes. If it was a bundle of chains or something, they might, but I think rope is fine.
Yeah, it should be, unless it's Lucy. Lucy likes to stick her beak in things and get it intentionally jammed in there. So you got to be careful with this one. She does it intentionally though. Give her any kind of and get it stuck in. She'll do it.
And there was one time I think Cecil stuck his beak into a rainmaker or something. You know, one of those toys where it's like a tube with stuff in and it goes psh,
yeah.
As you turn it.
That's a clear vinyl tube with a hole in it. He got it jammed in there.
So that was a bit weird.
Kamikaze, quit looking at Lorelei. You're not making me happy. Stop it. Get up there and quit doing that. Stop. You better learn, little girl. You better learn. Lorelei beat you up. She doesn't want to fight you, though. That's why she's flying away.
Cozy is small and aggressive.
She says, I'm just fierce.
Sorry, I'm not talking too much today. I'm here to answer questions, and I'll try to talk a little, but I don't have much of a voice. So.
No, that's all right. You can save it for yelling at the trees when they misbehave. And Sugar says, well, just because you've lost your voice doesn't mean you can't pet me.
Yeah. You get back up on my shoulder. You don't sneak down. Get up there. Go on. Cause. Stop it. You're not that good a fighter, Cause.
Oh, and Marie, how's it going with your new budgie?
Oh, they start to be a little friend now. So yeah, the little one is absolutely super well behaved when he's around the older one. And so yeah, it's really funny, especially when you see how they establish routines. So now when the little one goes to eat, the older one goes with him down and supervises everything closely.
Oh,
that's just too funny to watch that.
Yeah. And did you stick with the name Bipsy?
Yeah, basically everyone now says Boopsy to him.
That's pretty cute. I like that name.
It fits perfectly. So we thought about Bootsy, so all the names sound similar, but yeah, it's Boopsy.
Well, I think that's nice.
Yeah, and he's a bundle of joy. He has discovered flying now fully, and they have a big bird room, so they fly around like crazy during the day, especially when the weather is good. They are quite affected by the outside weather. So today it was quite foggy, and my mom told me they were basically inside all day and refused to come out of the cage. So they only came out for a few minutes and flew, and afterwards just straight got back in. So
Yeah.
that happens sometimes in winter. So therefore in summer they are out from early morning until it becomes dark again.
I think it's the same with humans, isn't it? Because in the winter when it's dark, you don't feel like you really wake up properly sometimes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think humans, when before we had electricity and just could enlarge our day into the night, we just had to go to bed when it's dark. So I think they slept more in winter and not so much in the summer. And I think that's quite okay for the organism.
Yeah. Damn all these 9 to 5s that we all have to do all year round.
And the other thing is, it's not only, I think, the light, it's also a little bit the sound of other birds outside. So in the summer, there are the wild birds outside and they make a lot of noise. And I think when you see the really large budgie flocks in Australia and the noise, how it's always going up there. So I think they are activated by that. So sometimes we play for them extra bird TV, therefore in winter, so they get the feeling. But I think life is always better.
Although funnily enough, the outside birds have been quite noisy around here lately because it's been very mild. Like it's been unusually warm, so I get to think they're all being quite active. I've heard lots of tweeting and singing and all kinds of sounds lately.
Look at that shook face. Is that the shook? That's the sugar?
Ooh. And Erin is borderline hibernating. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, exactly. I think that describes it pretty much.
I mean, I have one of those SAD lights, which does work really well, but you have to use it every day. So the trouble is, if you do oversleep one day and then you miss using it, then it's like you have to kind of set a really early alarm and force yourself to wake up again and start using it again. So there's really no foolproof method.
Cause, don't sneak down on my arm. What sugar? What sugar? Causey. You just sit up there and be a good girl. Sit up there and be a good girl. Not to be a good girl. There you go.
Yeah, you have to have your face really close to the light for it to work or something. Yeah, about 6 inches, like about 30 centimeters or so. I think the one I have, it said the treatment time is 45 minutes at 50 centimeters and 30 minutes at 30 centimeters or something like that. But on the when it's on my desk and I'm working on the computer, it's kind of difficult to have it that close. So I end up just using it for longer. But I only use it up until midday. I don't use it after that, because then otherwise it can start you falling asleep.
Hey, kamikaze.
Oh, shoulder course. Shoulder course, shoulder course. She's a cute little corsey girl. Even though she's a kamikaze.
You're a good girl. Yeah, you are. You're a good girl. You don't need to be in my lap. You have your own spot right here on my shoulder. Lorelai. Oh. Ooh. Little girl.
Well, Lisa says that she hopes you're feeling better, Don, and she suggests that you could get some fluticasone propionate nasal spray. I don't know what that is, but it might work.
I don't either. I know what my father always said. He said that you can take medicine and you get over your cold in 7 days, or you can just leave everything alone and you'll get over it in a week. So.
Yeah, when I have a cold, I don't actually take anything for it. The only thing I take is ibuprofen or paracetamol, like if I have a really sore throat. Like, but other than that, I don't take anything.
Oh, beautiful song there, Jazzy Jazzbird. Beautiful song.
Oh, Jazzy Jazzbird.
Oh, I take NyQuil, which is to sleep, because otherwise the coughing keeps me awake all night. But
has that got Benadryl or something in it?
No, it's basically just dextromethorphan and what do you call it? Antihistamine. But the antihistamine is a drowsy type, makes you sleepy. So.
Oh, so yeah, it might be Benadryl then. What do you call it? Is it diphenhydramine or something?
Yeah, that's what it is. And it has Tylenol in it too.
Right. Yeah, we call that paracetamol, but it's the same thing as Tylenol.
Acetaminophen. That's what it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, acetaminophen. Yeah.
I had to educate the folks here that they can't drink and take that medicine. As one thing you don't want to do is acetaminophen and alcohol. That's not a good combination for your liver.
No, but then ibuprofen and alcohol isn't a good combination for your stomach. So really,
no, it's not.
Really, alcohol in anything is not the best.
Yeah, that's what my physiology teacher in college said. She was the head of the biology department. She said that this was back in the 60s, and she said that you have to make a choice between marijuana and alcohol. She said it is no competition. You don't do the alcohol because alcohol is a deadly poison, and you don't want to be doing that. And she was telling us one day that somebody else had mentioned alcohol, and she said, well, you know that feeling where your head hurts in the morning and they call it a hangover? That's the last throes of the dying cells that will never come back in your brain. So
There have been said that, I mean, light drinking now and then is not going to do you any harm whatsoever, but don't mix your poisons.
Well, as she said, an ounce of alcohol will kill about 10,000 brain cells, and they don't come back. So even drinking a glass of wine, you're killing brain cells.
That's true, but breathing oxygen also kills brain cells.
Yeah, true.
Because that's the thing, a lot of people don't realize that, but oxygen is actually poisonous to humans. Oxygen will kill us eventually. Oh, Falcon Sue says she's sorry to tell you, but a couple of her friends have had colds that lasted 3 weeks.
Yeah. Well, as long as it doesn't get into a bronchitis, I'm okay. I can deal with this, but once I start wheezing, and I've got to get codeine, and then I'll be off on another planet. So
Have to
actually,
keep your chest warm.
yeah, I've got a blanket to keep me warm now. I had to put their other blanket up in the room because they've got these silly lights out here they turn on at 11 o'clock at night sometimes, and it wakes all the birds up. So, but I only got another blanket. Thanks to somebody who gave me a Target card. I now have a blanket. Nice. It's funny. I got that blanket yesterday, and this doesn't look like it will keep you warm. Somebody had said on the, where they put all the comments under the product. One woman said, "Well, my husband likes it." He said, "But it has to be pretty chilly to put it on because it'll, your body will superheat." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And it's right, it does. This blanket doesn't look all that thick or whatever, but it will warm you up. I was not cold at all last night for the first
wonderful.
quite a while. So,
Well, I'm glad you got your blanket anyway. I was worried about you not having one.
yeah, I was using those covers I put on the what do you call it? Canvas colors that cover canvas sheets I put down for the birds if I have to take them out in that room. I'm only taking out a couple at a time, but I have to be careful I don't poop on the floor, Not that their poop is hard to clean up. It's not, but unless you've been giving them blueberries, there's not much to worry about. And we don't do the blueberries anymore now that Peaches is gone. She was blueberries, so.
No one else ate them.
Well, they weren't partial to them. They would eat them sometimes, but they weren't partial to them. I probably will put blueberries back in their diet once we get to Nevada, but where I don't have anal about the carpet. Unless we're in a rental, then I won't give them any blueberries because blueberries tend to stain the carpet a little bit.
Mm. Yeah, they would stain Peach's tail end as well.
Yeah. Guys, quit sliding down, please. Sit on my shoulder. Thank you. I'm petting you. I don't know what your problem is, little girl.
And we have a Russian friend in the chat, so I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it apparently translates to Union of Sound Forces. So welcome to you. Nice to see you.
Здравствуйте, мой друг.
It says cool parrot. I translated it.
Excellent.
Copy paste. Google Translator.
Yeah.
I had all of one semester of Russian. It's just one night a week is not enough to learn a language, and that's all college would teach is 1 night a week. Enjoyed it though. I was taking Russian, French, and German all at the same time.
Yeah, between us we can speak English and German pretty well, and then a bit of a few other languages.
Yeah.
But my Russian is pretty much non-existent, I'm afraid.
Well, I can say enough not to insult anybody. I have a fairly good pronunciation.
I have a book. It's in French, and the basic thing, it only teaches you to insult somebody in the French language.
Votre mère. I assume means your mum.
Your wine is smelly.
Sounds like that.
No offense to people from France. Love the country.
They're from Volgograd.
Oh, wow.
Is that in Siberia? Don't know where that is. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I can't remember. Right now, my head's all.
That's pretty east. It's
Oh, it makes sense. It's on the Volga River.
Ah. So we have to sing that song. I can't sing the Volga boatmen, the Volga boatmen. I don't remember the rest of the words of that. And I used to be able to sing that in Russian, but I don't remember it now.
Apparently, there's a river in Russia called the Don River.
Yeah. Oh, they named it.
Yeah, that was nice of them. They named a river after you.
Yeah. You're back. You're back. I was going to say she's back on my. I'm not. You can tell I had cold medicine too. I took a little something to keep me from coughing out here. But for a second, I thought I had Cozmo on my lap, but she's still on my shoulder. I can feel her sitting there. Can't I, little girl? Polkagrat. Well, the nice thing about when you learn Russian is that the letters are different, so you get it right. The only time you back in the old days when I was studying and there was still the Soviet Union, people would say CCCP, and I just laugh. That's SSSR. But the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, and there's not the C is not a C, and the P is not a P.
Oh, GTH42 says just speak English. That seems insulting enough.
for the French, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty much.
We don't speak English though over here. It's American, right?
Although I have to, I mean, English is a very stupid language. I mean, well, speaking it's okay, but the spelling is just
Atrocious. Yeah.
yeah, I was trying to think of a word. Like I'm all for spelling reform. I think we need to just need to scrap it and start again.
Yeah, well, we could just use the International Phonetic Language or the International Phonetic Alphabet. But for example, the word read, how do you spell it?
Which kind of read?
How do you spell read? See, that's the thing. Is it R-E-E-D? Is it R-E-A-D? Is it R-E-D-E? Yeah. All is spelled the same. Or how about the word in American English, you say iron. Well, it's I-R-O-N. And how can you say that's iron? It should be iron.
Iron.
Iron, yes, but people say iron. They reverse the I don't know. And then they double. In German, you have finger, right? For finger, which we say finger. We have two G's in the word, and there's only one G in there.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Well,
and people say other languages are strange. No, English is a strange language.
I mean, the thing with English is the spelling system is so stupid, you may as well just treat it like Chinese or something, where it's pictures rather than actually corresponding to sounds.
Yeah, ideographs. Yeah, that would be better.
Oh, by the way, Barbara Buckman's here, and she says that you sound awful.
Oh, thank you. That's just what I needed to hear.
She says, "Go get some rest, buddy."
Yeah, I know I don't sound too good. Hi, silly.
oh, everyone is posting where it's from.
So Barbara's from Wake Forest. GTH is from Alamance County, North Carolina. The Chloe Sanctuary is from Southern California. I'm from Dundee, Scotland. Amy Lulu is from Bayreuth, Germany. We've got people from all over.
Mm. Yeah, we had people from India here. So today Russia. That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Lorelai still running. No, she stopped.
Alice is in Washington State.
Where psychedelics are legal. Yay. When I was up there for a short stint, I thought they were legal anyway, because people were doing mushrooms like it was candy all the time. I don't think they paid much attention to the laws.
Yeah, the mushrooms.
Magic mushrooms. Yeah. Hi, Lorelai.
Lisa
Yes.
says she's from Washington State. Yeah, I think Eleanor already told that on my. And Barbara says she would like to visit Scotland and Ireland.
Yeah, I've never been to Ireland actually, but I hear it's very nice. Scotland is very nice. Should definitely come sometime. It's well set up for tourists, so you'll have a good time.
I see a lot of beautiful pictures from Scotland on Mastodon. There's a photographer.
Oh, I just see in the YouTube picture that Manda is doing something back there. He's displaying.
Yeah,
He's such a
so
cutie.
funny.
I love his displays. They are so energetic and funny. He has such funny ways of laughing when he goes back with his head and then
Yeah.
He is so expressive.
Yes.
You're a good boy.
Oh, he is.
And Lisa was born in Indiana. I misread that at first. I thought we said born in India, but it says born in Indiana. Those are two different places.
I actually would too love to visit Scotland and Ireland. I would love to visit everything here, what was mentioned. So I never was over in the States, and I really would like to go over to Volgograd one time because I'm really interested in the history of that city.
Mm. Or maybe we should do a Chloe Sanctuary exchange where we can all go and, like a school exchange. We can all like go and visit each other's birdies or something.
That would be funny.
Right.
I mean, Bayreuth is where they have the opera, isn't it? So I could come over.
Yeah, it has this opera from Richard Wagner in summer. It's only played in summer, but then they do it right, so 1 month full play.
Oh, well, there's a question about politics, but I think we'll skip over that one because we don't want to get Don on a political rant because he's it's a 501c charity, so we have to avoid talking about politics.
We don't do the politics thing, though.
Yeah.
It's just like when I was a master, when I used to be in the Masons, and it's a long story, but there was no talk of religion or politics.
I assume it's fine for the guys in the chat to talk about it, but
of course they can.
You guys in the chat can talk about it, but Don's not allowed to on the live stream.
I don't know how it is with chat actually. If they, I think they also want to establish there some rules. But when I have seen what happens in other chats, I don't think it's too.
Yeah, my total commentary on politics in this forum is what my dad used to say, and he used to say politics, many bloodsuckers, and that's all.
I think also when you're watching birdies, it's a kind of escapist sort of thing. So it's like, oh, let's look at all the feathers and the cute flappy flappies, and let's be happy.
And
So,
they know how to do community. These guys in the wild, they
yeah.
have wonderful communities where there's no war. There's rarely any kind of fighting. Just a lot of play and good times. They've got it right, and we've got it wrong. So
Yeah, I think such a cockatoo society is really, really a good thing. I think also bocce societies are pretty cool.
oh yeah, they are. Yeah.
It's just for us humans really hard to get them because I think they live faster than we are. So I think we look to them super slow. So when you think how budgies act, so and what they everything do in such a tiny time frame.
Yeah, the way they sort of zip around and move so quickly, it's amazing.
I think I'm getting another hole in my clothing. Are you chewing my clothes again? Are you? Oh no, I would never do that. I would never chew your clothing. No. You little moth. You little moth.
Don't worry, Barbara. No politic rants or any rants today. Don isn't allowed to speak in a loud voice.
I gotta take this call, guys. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, Don's getting a phone call, so we will entertain the troops, Anne-Marie.
Yeah. What shall we do?
Yeah, what shall we do today? We need to, I don't know, should pre-prepare some topics. Well, you showed them the website yesterday, so that was good.
Yeah, that was funny to see the birdie pictures. There were nice birdie pictures of all our little crew members.
Yeah.
Club members, like a funny snowball on his frisbee.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a yarn. We just talked about hibernation. So it's dark since at least, let's say 4 hours. So yeah, would be nice to just could beam over to Brussels or somewhere where it's summer at the moment.
Yeah, on a nice foreign holiday, that would be lovely.
Yeah, sometimes I just watch YouTube videos about the budgies in Australia, and so just to get a little bit of summer feeling. I don't know, Australia, it's really that kind of continent you really have hard times to imagine it could be winter there.
Yeah, I always find when I watch videos of Australia, it's kind of just all of the trees and the plants and everything, it all just looks so different. It looks kind of prehistoric somehow. And what I've really wanted to know is, in Australia, is the moon upside down? Because you know how if you look up at the moon, right, you can see where all the markings are on the moon, like all the different seas and stuff. If you're in Australia, are they the other way up?
Yeah, it should be, because it doesn't. Yeah, I think that the spine of the moon and the spine of the earth, they are not completely parallel, but they don't change when you just go to the other side of the globe. So yeah,
I can't imagine that, because you know how we have.
It's like you're standing upside down, but you don't get it because there's not such a thing as upside down.
I mean, I know there's no upside down in space, but the thing is, because I don't know if you have it in Germany, but over here we have the man in the moon, because it looks like the moon has a face.
Yeah, yeah, I know that.
So is the face upside down in Australia?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, GTH says the moon shouldn't be upside down. Huh. Yeah, I don't know then. Is
No,
there any?
That's really, it's a hard time to say of a spheric thing. It's the other way around because it's just the way. But I know what you mean when it comes to the markings. So it's how shall I explain? The markings should be when you turn them in a 180-degree angle.
Mm. Yeah, so if you wrote a word on the moon, then if we looked at it from the UK, it would be one way up, and then if you looked at it from Australia, it would be rotated.
Well, actually, that's hard to say. Let's see what the moon actually is.
I hope everyone in the chat likes astronomy as much as they like cockatoos.
Yeah, let's send Babalu to the moon and check it out. I wonder, have they ever sent a cockatoo in a rocket? I hope not.
No, that would be sad. Well, Falcons
Ah.
says she doesn't know how gravity works in Australia. I know, right?
I don't know. I just know about the toilets or all that. In because of the Coriolis force, it's like said, it's obvious. It's not always the case, but in Australia, it should be the other way around. How the flush goes down than it does in the North Hemispheric.
I just assumed that was due to the plumbing, but it's like actual gravitational forces or something.
Yeah,
that's because of the rotation.
Right. Physics is amazing.
Are you trying to say those Australians put a different spin on things?
Well, I was wondering if the moon was upside down in Australia.
Well, the stars on the sky also look kind of different. Depends on where you are on Earth. You can even see it from your place because it changes from winter to summer and then back again.
Mm.
So how the spine of the Earth is kind of laid towards the rest makes a difference.
Mm.
Look, Jasmine is making some experience towards gravity in Australia, and Babalu sure says, let's stick to Australia and find out.
Mm. Well, that's where all his relatives live, in Australia. Well, no, they live in Indonesia, actually. But it's near Australia, comparatively speaking.
Yeah, flat Earth. There are some funny theories about it.
Well, we know the Earth can't be flat because all the cats and the cockatoos would have knocked everything off of it by now.
Exactly. Look at all that happy twos. Jasmine is really playful now.
Yeah. It was so funny when she first came because she'd kind of like she'd be doing something and then she'd just randomly forget what she was doing and get kind of stuck. But now she's just into everything.
Yeah, sometimes she just stopped.
Yeah, and she just looked really baffled, be like, what was I doing?
There's actually a picture about how does the moon look compared to ours in Australia. So there, when I just Googled moon and Australia upside down, and then there's a picture UK compared to Australia.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna Google that. Okay.
Are you saying it's okay to moon people in our chat?
What, you think there are moon people in our chat?
That isn't quite what I said, but
No, mooning is like when you show your posterior.
Oh, that's what Bart Simpson always does.
Mm.
Interesting. No mooning in the chat, people. Yeah, that's true, GTH. Pippa was totally different as well. Yeah, they were all quite uncoordinated at the beginning. So were Sugar. Well, Sugar sometimes even does the walk today. But when you see how she goes around and climbs and does everything, and how funny she is now, it's really a great difference. And so is Cozy. Cozy just sat. She just sat on some perches and did basically nothing for hours. And look at her now. It's kamikaze course.
Okay, so I was just looking up moon in UK and Australia, and I found an article from Metro, which is a rag newspaper. It says 1 in 10 Britons believe moon is closer to Britain than Australia.
Okay.
Do they mean that the moon is closer to Britain than Australia is? So like Australia is further than the moon? Because that's nuts.
That's not true, because the moon also rotates, but it's you can see it on every continent the same, but it doesn't rotate in against our spine, so the spines don't rotate against each other. Therefore,
yeah, that's why it appears in different places in the sky at different times.
Yeah, but sometimes Australia is further away than UK, and sometimes UK is further away.
Yeah.
That's why the tides are going.
Yeah, because it's not exactly the same distance from the Earth all the time.
Mm.
Space is amazing. Oh, thank you. Somebody sent £8.99 to help with the move. That was from Ascapism, so thank you very much. That's much appreciated.
And that's a very nice profile pic.
Doesn't Ascapism mean sit down? Or like
might be. That would
like
be actually super funny.
Like sit yourself down.
Lorelai, don't eat my hand, please.
I might be wrong about that. Oh,
yeah,
let's
hope that in a month the move is pretty much done, or at least in progress.
Yeah, that's what the call was about. It was the lending agent, and he didn't know something because he doesn't know the people who are selling the property. That's not part of his deal. And he had gotten a copy of the loan in progress, and it said that one of the co-owners hadn't signed the form, and we don't have co-owners, so it was them. It was the people who are selling. So he's got to talk to the realtor. But all this sounds like something's coming down the pipeline. So I just had my shopper at Costco, because I'm not going to the Costco today. Switched me from chocolate and chocolate and vanilla muffins to vanilla chocolate chunk and almond poppy. Wouldn't you rather have these? Yes, I think I would. Not that I taste anything, but figured I better get something. The muffins from Costco are ridiculous. They're about 4 muffins in size. One muffin is 4 muffins in size. They're huge. I cut them in quarters and eat them. Which, of course, my doctor would say, you're not supposed to be eating anything. It's got that level of sugar in it. But Right now, I don't care. I'm just going to eat something.
Yeah. You mustn't eat the sugar.
No, I'm not going to eat that sugar.
No,
What are you
pet the
doing?
sugar.
Look at that face.
Stay
Hey.
slim by just petting the sugar.
Feed the muffin to the sugar.
Don't want to start her on that stuff again. That's what you
My
do.
little
Was it-
junkaholic.
Huh?
A junk foodaholic.
Yeah, she was. Oh, she eats human food. Yeah, yeah, she did. But they kept her alive for 12 years, so that's, you know,
Mm.
I don't think she would have been, if they hadn't taken her, I don't think she would have been alive. Because when they start tearing their feathers up, some people just stop showing any interest in them. You
Yeah.
know?
And they loved her. She had a good time.
Yeah, she did. They did love her. They just both got really sick, both in and out of the hospital and trying to, and they weren't sure they could care for her well. One's in the hospital and the other goes in the hospital and back and forth. I'm not sure if both are in the hospital. How are they going to take care of the sugar?
Mm. Oh, Michelle says her hubby is diabetic and eats all sorts. Well, that's the thing. You can eat whatever you like in the appropriate quantity. It's just some of us have issues with, once you get started, you can't stop. I'm one of those people where if someone puts a whole cake in front of me, like I will sit and eat the whole cake. You have to take it away.
I've been like that my whole life, and I consume food like a steam shovel. It just goes in as fast as you can put it in front of me. So I'll spend an hour making like enchiladas or something like that. And then I'll put 3 of them on the plate, and they're gone in 5 minutes. Boom.
Well, OC says eat eggs far healthier, no sugar and far less fat. I think you have a thing about eggs though, don't you, Don?
Yeah, I try to stay away from poultry products. I generally don't. I stay away from meat most of the time. Once in a while, I'll break that, but I try to stay vegan where I can. But it's impossible to completely do it. It's getting easier now that they have like Beyond Burgers and Impossible Burgers that taste better than meat, and they're cheaper than meat, and they have the better protein than see, the problem with meat protein is there's only 8 amino acids in meat. When you get it from plants, you can get a lot of other amino acids as well, because plants have more, but meat is just strictly those 8. So when you get some,
it's only those ones that you actually need though.
no, you need them all. It's just your body can make the other ones. The essentials your body can't make. So, but if you ingest protein that your body doesn't need, it will turn it into the other proteins that it needs. It can do that, but it can't with those essentials. But you can eat the other protein too. That's no problem with that.
What was the story with
OC and Julio Bubsilla are new to the chat, so hello and welcome. Good to see you guys. Then Michelle has thrown in that her hubby likes dairy milk caramel, his favorite.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. I like dairy milk, everything, to be honest. Fruit and nut is probably my favorite.
Now you're making me hungry. I haven't been hungry in a while with this stupid cold. I've been eating soups. I made myself potato soup yesterday.
Oh,
I sometimes like a hot white chocolate at these times in winter.
Vegetarians beware, corn can make you ill.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah, corn. Like my mom ate corn one time and then she spewed afterwards. So yeah, I think some people don't like it. Is it made from mushrooms or something? corn. It's one of those vegetarian substitutes for meat, but I don't know
Yeah,
if it's a
yeah.
fungus or something.
I've
Never
never-
heard it.
I usually for vegetarian substitutes, like for just replacing like hamburger and that kind of thing, I use textured vegetable protein that's made from soybeans.
Mm.
But like all
Yeah,
beans,
it's somehow made from fungi.
yeah, there's a lot of issues with fungus. I've never been fond of it myself, eating fungus. I don't. It's only one time in my life I actually enjoyed mushrooms, and that was when a friend of mine, his wife, cooked these mushrooms, and she stuffed them with something. I don't know, but those were incredible. But I generally stay away from fungus.
Mm,
No, I really like mushrooms.
me too.
I can't say that I do, but I usually
Yeah,
pick them
that's the thing. When you don't like them, they're probably not good for you, because every person has other tastes and other needs from the body, and I think sometimes the body already tells you so that that's not your that's not your nourishment, so
Yeah,
get off and take something else, because
Okay.
actually mushrooms are pretty healthy, and when you see what is the problem in our society, which is too much calories, they are pretty good when it comes to minerals, vitamins per calories, so they are actually pretty healthy.
I can tolerate the shiitake mushrooms, but that's about the only ones I shouldn't say tolerate. I can eat those. I don't have a problem with it, but it's the rest of them I'm not so thrilled about.
But I know people, they just don't like it, and I respect that, because I have too some food I say I will never eat it. So
Now, if you're
Yeah.
going to eat some magic mushrooms, I might consider those. But
Do you know what's my most loathed and despised food item? It's a cucumber.
oh, really?
You won't catch me eating
Cucumber?
a cucumber. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Although I can eat them pickled. Like if they're like a jar of gherkins, I can eat those, but a fresh cucumber, no way.
Wow. Okay, I've never heard that, but yeah, why not?
They're not my favorites either. I'll eat them, but I'm not.
A little bit of
Well.
popcorn.
Well, I suppose it is that kind of corn, but not popped.
No, Lucy likes her corn popped.
Yeah. She doesn't want a corn on the cob. She wants a corn in the popcorn machine.
Hi, sweetheart. What are you doing? Right.
No, don't chop up the cucumbers and put them in water. I once went to a restaurant where they did that, and I was like, no, take it back and get a new jug of water, and this time put lemons in it, because I'm not drinking your cucumber water.
Yeah, when you don't like the taste, that's yeah. I understand.
Actually, it was a Mexican restaurant, and like, just bring me tequila, like ditch the water.
It's that time, folks, and my voice is gone anyway. So it's been fun. We'll see you next time. And
Yeah, have a great time. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you. And it's looking better. We're crossing our fingers here. So
I'm crossing my fingers and touching everything wood. So
thanks, Amy. Thanks, Eleanor, for being my voice today, especially. And we'll see you all soon.